I understand that currently the public have access to this. What I do ask is that you don't go beyond the point where it does say, authorised police vehicles only. Just
That's
because
for vehicles.
I understand that, but you being beyond that point, you don't have a reason to be there. There is no public access there.
Well, yeah, there is public access there. That's only for vehicles not going past that point.
No, I get
if
that,
you don't
but
want pedestrians, I can go right the way up to the actual gate, exactly where I was.
But there's...
Okay? No, the gate is open and it's publicly accessible.
We are asking you that you're causing concerns, so I'm just asking you.
Yeah, but causing concerns and what the law is are two different things.
Okay, but it can also constitute as antisocial behaviour. So although you may not be committing a criminal offence,
how is it antisocial behaviour?
Because you're causing.
What began as a routine filming session outside a police station quickly turned into a heated encounter involving terrorism-related accusations requests for personal information and growing tension over the right to remain in a public area. As the situation became more intense, the auditor stayed calm, continued recording, and responded with confidence while carefully challenging the pressure coming from officers. Instead of backing down, he relied on clear communication and knowledge of the situation, which slowly changed the direction of the entire encounter. The exchange escalated rapidly and became a tense public confrontation that raised serious questions about authority public filming and how people react under pressure.
What we got here? Okay.
Sir,
Here we got.
police officers, I asked you for your details
And I told you I don't have to give those. And I told you I don't have to give you those.
Right.
How are you?
What's going on?
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself for me first, please?
Yeah, my shoulder number 3220.
No worries. And could you identify yourself for me? Thank you very much. Thank you.
1848 SW.
Thank you very much.
What's up? What's going on today?
Nothing going on.
Okay, but you're just filming us.
Yes.
What's the reason for filming us?
For public interest.
What public interest?
Exactly what it says. It's for public interest. You're a public service that the public pay for.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a public building, and I'm looking at the upkeep and how you guys actually look after it.
Okay, is there any concerns that you have?
Is there any concern? I've got no concerns. Okay, apart from this lady here. Okay.
Because you're currently standing within the premises of the police station.
Yeah, which is publicly accessible.
Okay, are you... how long do you intend to be here for?
I could be here 5 minutes, I could be here 10 minutes, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just having a conversation with you.
And I'm only answering you. I'm only answering you.
So
let's verify that.
Concern. We've obviously come because we couldn't establish whether you were actually through our gates.
Can I just ask you one thing? So when I saw you were standing by the gate, you had your hands through the gate.
No, my hands were not through the gate, so let's clarify that.
You were filming the back of the police station in detail. Why did you do that?
Well, I'm well within my rights to do so. Okay? I've broken no laws, I've committed no crime. Okay? And I don't have to explain anything to you.
I explained to you.
I do not. Look, do me a favour, okay? Real officers are here now. Real officers are here now. I will speak to them. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Yourself?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. So.
Do you want to report anything today?
No, I don't need to report anything.
Okay.
As I said, I'm
just making sure you're okay.
No, I'm perfectly fine. As I said, all what I'm doing, okay, is I'm just down here, okay, literally just to actually record the police station and the premises, okay, for public interest. Okay.
That exchange revealed everything about this encounter. The staff member pushed for explanations, treated ordinary filming like a problem, and tried to frame presence as suspicious. The auditor answered on his terms, asked for identification in return, and kept repeating a simple truth. No crime, no obligation, no panic. Notice the strategy on both sides. They kept asking open questions, hoping conversation would become controlled. But his calm repetition blocked that pathway once he requested identification back and refused the guilt frame. The balance shifted from authority testing boundaries to a citizen setting them. This is preparation turning suspicion into exposure. The question stopped sounding powerful the second his right stayed standing. Legal clarity works like armor here. It absorbs pressure without escalating conflict. When you know officers can ask but cannot compel, you stop performing innocence and start protecting your boundaries. Would you have answered all those questions or held the same line here? What gives you confidence or hesitation in moments like that?
I don't know yet. I will see what I actually get on the footage, and then I don't know what I'll do with it yet. So,
No worries.
yeah.
So you just wanted to come down and engage with us, that's all?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
It's like if this lady, okay, actually approached me a little bit more respectful, okay, and actually telling me that I have to give my details, okay, when I do not have to give my details, okay.
But do you understand why we do
No.
that?
You can come out and you can talk, but the way in which she actually first approached me, okay, was not correct, okay, and actually telling me straight away, her first sentence was talking about to do with terrorism, okay, then telling me I have to give my details, okay, and as I stated to her, I do not have to give my details. I asked her one question that she could not answer, okay, which was, am I breaking the law, yes or no, okay, and she could not even do that, okay. Now, as you know, okay, doing what I'm doing, okay, is breaking no law, and I've committed no crime, okay. Now, you know yourself as an officer, okay, if I have done none of that, okay, and you actually come and approach me exactly as you have now, you haven't asked me for my details, okay, which is correct, okay. You know yourself, okay, I do not have to give my details at all, okay. And as I said, we're having a conversation exactly as it should be, and this is exactly how it should have been, okay, when this lady actually approached me, okay. If she actually approached me respectfully and just spoke to me, then it would have been, okay, nice and civil, and I most probably would have been gone. But she came to me, okay, very rude, okay, and the other lady that was there,
Okay.
right, and you can't approach members of the public like that.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't here, so I'm sorry I didn't witness
Yep.
it. So I can't really speak for my colleagues. But as you can understand our concerns, it's just it's a little bit suspicious. Just people coming around and just randomly recording.
Yeah, but what
and
you got to
then- and
remember,
then- and then
suspicion
being a
isn't a
bit-
crime.
And then being a bit, like anti, sort of, not wanting to answer not wanting to answer questions.
Well,
not wanting
that's
to be detailed.
well, you
it's
just
just
said-
a little bit suspicious. I mean, if you
Well-
asked me for my you asked me for my details, I gave you my details.
You have to give me your
You know?
details.
The officer's approach began to change after the auditor calmly pointed out problems with the way the interaction started. What first sounded like demands for explanations and personal details slowly shifted into a softer tone once it became clear the auditor was staying controlled and informed throughout the exchange. He kept bringing the conversation back to one simple point, that filming in public is not automatically a crime, and that suspicion alone does not mean someone has done anything wrong. Rather than arguing emotionally, the auditor focused on a direct question that placed pressure back onto the officers and forced them to clearly explain their position. He repeatedly centered the discussion around whether any actual law had been broken, which made the vague concerns sound far less convincing once spoken out loud. Because the auditor remained calm, specific, and respectful, the atmosphere changed, and the officers appeared less certain as the encounter continued. Situations like this often shift quickly when someone understands the difference between a request and a legal requirement, because pressure becomes much less effective once the boundaries are clearly understood. The exchange showed how calm communication and clear facts can sometimes weaken unsupported suspicion far more effectively than confrontation or anger. By refusing to panic and continuing to focus on the basic legal question, the auditor managed to keep control of the direction of the conversation while making authority explain itself more carefully.
If you don't want to give it, fair enough, but
Yep.
that's how we have a conversation. don't we?
But it is in your policy to give details.
I understand. No,
Okay.
but I'm just saying, out of respect, I asked for your
Yep.
name. You can ask for my name.
Yep.
You know.
That's fair.
So what is your
Alright,
name,
so
sir?
one thing I'm going to ask is, obviously I've spoken to my colleagues who explains what's happened and what they've witnessed you do, okay? I understand that currently public have access to this. What I do ask is that you don't go beyond the point where it does say, you know, authorised police vehicles only. Just
That's
because
for vehicles.
you've got, I understand that, but you being beyond that point, you don't have a reason to be there. There is no public access there.
Well, yeah, there is public access there. That's only for vehicles, not going past that point.
No, I get
if
that,
you don't
but
want pedestrians, I can go right the way up to the actual gate, exactly where I was.
But there's...
Okay, no, the gate is open and it's publicly accessible.
What I'm explaining to you is that no members of the public go through any of the two gates on the far back of the police
I didn't go
station.
through that gate, so let's
I know
verify
you didn't.
that.
I'm not saying you have. Did I
But
say
this
that you
lady
have?
said that I did.
Okay, but I'm not saying that you had.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not saying that you have. So I'm just asking that we would ask you not to go beyond that
Yeah.
point because
Well,
there's
making a
no
false
reason.
making a false report is actually against the law.
Okay, there's
to
no
make a
reason.
false report
Okay,
to
we
an
can check
officer.
the cameras. That's fine. There's just no reason for you to go beyond that point. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
We're more than happy for you to stay here. Where access, you know, you could be going to the police station if you do fancy. That's fine. If you want to have a chat with us, I'm more than happy to talk
But exactly
to you.
as it was, okay, now that she's actually shut the gates, okay, that will be as far as I go because the gates
but
are now
what
shut.
I'm asking you, okay, there's nowhere else for you to go. There will only be one reason why you are there.
Why is that then?
Who knows?
No, you said there's one reason.
Yeah, to be filming police vehicles for
Exactly.
no reason. What's the reason
Well,
that you're
no,
filming
for public interest.
What public interest?
Okay.
What concerns do
the
you
public,
have?
The public pay for police vehicles. Okay, they are public service vehicles.
Yes, I
Okay.
pay tax as well.
The encounter changed completely once the discussion moved away from general suspicion and focused directly on boundaries, access, and authority. Officers attempted to redefine the space by warning the auditor to stay away from certain vehicle areas, while also relying on statements from other officers to support their position. The auditor responded by calmly bringing the conversation back to facts such as public access visible signage and whether any actual rule had truly been broken. Instead of reacting emotionally or getting pulled into arguments, he stayed focused on simple legal points that narrowed the entire discussion and removed much of the pressure from the accusations being made. As the exchange continued, the officer's tone slowly shifted from making strong allegations to asking for cooperation, which noticeably changed the balance of the interaction. That shift mattered, because once the conversation moved from commands toward requests, the confidence behind the original accusations appeared far weaker. The auditor remained respectful and controlled while continuing to separate personal opinion from actual legal authority, which made the encounter feel less one-sided as it progressed. Situations like this often become very different once someone understands the difference between a request and a lawful order, because pressure loses strength when boundaries are clearly understood and calmly maintained. The entire interaction turned into a real-time disagreement over public access and authority, with knowledge and patience becoming the strongest tools in the conversation. By staying polite, informed, and focused on facts, the auditor managed to protect his position without escalating the situation into unnecessary conflict.
I am entitled to film whatever I can see.
Okay, we are asking you that you're causing concern, so I'm just asking you
Yeah, but
not to go beyond
causing
the gates.
concerns and what the law is
Okay,
are
I'm
two
asking
different
you,
things.
Okay, but it can also constitute as antisocial behaviour. So although you may not be committing a
So,
criminal offence, we
how
can
is it
go down
antisocial
antisocial
behaviour?
because you're causing a nuisance
To who?
to us.
Okay, right. What you got to remember, okay, as an actual serving officer or a serving actual member of police staff, okay, you cannot be offended, okay, in the course of your line of duty.
I think we can.
No, you
We
cannot.
can. We
No,
can.
you cannot.
Okay, there is.
Okay.
We're also human underneath
Okay,
this
it
uniform.
makes no difference.
That's
As a
fine.
serving officer, you are not allowed to be offended in the course of your duties.
Alright.
Okay, where does it say that? Okay, it says it number one in your code of practice. Okay, number two, okay, there was a number of court cases, okay, where an actual judge actually ruled, okay, that no serving English or Welsh police officer or police staff can actually be offended in their line of duty whilst on duty. Okay. No, it does not. Okay, no, it does not. Okay,
What are you trying to achieve?
I'm not trying to achieve anything.
This is. Hello, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
My name's PC King. I'm attached to Mitcham Police Station.
Nice to meet you, PC King.
Your YouTuber, is it prod or not to prod, I believe? You do audits at police stations, is that correct? You turn up, start filming.
Correct.
Is that your channel? To plod or not to plod?
It may be.
Okay. Have you got everything you need to film today? You've been here before as well, haven't you, I believe? To this police station?
A long while ago.
A long while ago. So have you got everything you need to film today from a public place? Obviously, once you pass those gates, that's no longer a public place. But obviously, you're free to film everything you like from public, police station. You can do that as much as you want, the front, the back, the sides, but you can't go in.
I can't enter a restricted area.
An unrestricted area. So that gate there, once you pass that, becomes a restricted area.
It does now that the gates are shut. It does now that the gates are shut. When they're actually open, I can go right way to the barrier.
There's no access
Okay.
to the public.
No, it said authorised vehicle. I am not a vehicle. If you do not want pedestrians in there, it has to be correctly signed.
Anyway, have you got everything you need to film today? We'll leave you to it then.
No worries.
Okay, have a good day.
And you? No problem.
If you want to book an appointment for